you've been doing this for a long time now.
Something like that. Really, it's just been really just like a month and a half or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it hasn't been like I guess it's been a little bit fast. I've been trying to spit them out, as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Try to record as much. I mean, I started making connections quicker than I thought I would, and a
Yep.
lot more people were open to coming on and stuff like that. But
That's awesome.
trying to get as many athletes as we can, and trying to hit every avenue that we can get. Eventually we want Stinkbait to be like a ESPN type of network. So
Yeah, for sure.
hopefully,
Pat McAfee show.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, something like that for sure. But one day, hopefully, we can get some sponsors here. I can actually start coming to y'all in person and be a lot better of the show. But
That'd be cool.
one day, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Well, man, how's it going nowadays, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time. Where are you at exactly right now? What you're coaching at a school? Where is that at?
I'm down here in South Texas, about 40 minutes south of Houston.
Okay,
School that I'm coaching at is a called Brazosport. Um,
Sport. Gotcha. Okay.
mhm,
I think I remember seeing that on one of the pictures or something, but I couldn't make out exactly what it
mhm.
was. But that's nice. How are the kids there? I mean, are they as near as bad as we were, or how are you dealing with that?
Man, it's a different perspective, going from, being us to now dealing with kids, just
hmm
even good kids, it's just different. It's just a different perspective of life that you just need to do yourself and be able to fully understand it. But the kids over there, they're not bad kids at all. They all come from different backgrounds and different challenges, and they embrace it. So that's what I really like about the kids over there.
Awesome. Yeah, that's good to hear. Well, I mean, it kind of leads us right into our first question. Really, I wanted to ask you because I really never knew, like back then, whenever you first came to Bells, where you came from, and I
Right.
guess that experience. So I just want to hear before coming to Bells, before coming to a small 2A school, where exactly were you beforehand?
So you want the full high school journey, or what do you want? Do you just want
Yeah,
the year before?
yeah. Give me the full high school journey. Yeah.
Okay, so my first semester of high school, I was at a 6A school in inner city
6A.
Dallas. 6A.
Okay, in Dallas. Okay,
Inner
okay,
city
gotcha.
Dallas called WT White. And it
Okay.
was primarily minority kids, black kids, Hispanic kids,
Just
but there was a
anything and
decent
everything, really, in Dallas, right? That's going to
absolutely.
be still like that, really. Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
Then after that, my dad gets a new job at Grapevine, and I wasn't able to
Okay.
transfer from him with him right then and there. So I went to Rowlett so I can play spring ball and also be there with my little brother because at the time we lived in Rowlett, so that's where I was at. Still have connections out there, good friends and stuff. Then
Okay.
sophomore year, it was at Grapevine. Um, After that, Coach Jackson, the head coach over there at the time, he leaves, goes to North Forney, and we decided as a group, really me, that I want to go play with Brian. That that's my guy. So I reached
Oh,
out to him, see what was going on.
so did you know Brian and them before? Like, I guess you and your dad, or I'm sorry, your dad and Coach Ponder played together, right? So
Correct.
did right. So you guys had a relationship before even talking about it, right? Is
Right,
that what
many
I'm
many
getting?
years. I've been knowing Brian since we could remember. Like it's been a long time. We grew up in Wichita Falls for a little bit. Our dads worked together at Wichita Falls Ryder at the time. I think from
Mm-hmm.
2004 to 2007, and that's pretty much where me and him, became really good buddies.
Gotcha. Understood. All right. So I mean, so you said you were at Grapevine, and
Hmm.
then is this sophomore year or what is
Sophomore
this? Where are
year.
we at? Okay, sophomore
Sophomore
year
year, I
we're
was
at
at
Grapevine.
Grapevine, 5A school. Uh, you know, primarily white kids at this school. It's a
Oh, it
different,
is. Okay.
different, different group of kids from WT Wide and Rowlett for sure. So just
Right.
being
Yeah.
able to adapt and just enjoy that time and that culture during while I was there. It was awesome.
What? So was there any like challenges? Like realistically, was there any challenges being an African American going to an all white school? I mean, even though it's 5A, it's Grapevine, so it is different. But is there any challenges that you experienced while trying to, I guess, adapt to that new location?
I don't necessarily think it was, adapt for my ethnicity or anything. It's just that the coaching style there was a lot more military style. We were hard worker,
Really?
blue collars. We're gonna do everything the same way. Nobody was gonna be different, and that was very different from where I came from. I grew up watching just different people and played my own style and believed in doing it my way. And then
Yeah,
going
trying
there.
to find that style and trying to work on it like that. I completely
hmm
understand that. Yeah, for sure. Right.
then you show up there and I change positions. I'm not the number one guy anymore. They got guys not even as near as athletic as I was, but they're better football players than me at the time because they're believing in the standard, they're believing in the culture that was set there.
Right. Okay. Understood. So, what position are you playing freshman year?
So up until my sophomore year, I played quarterback. Played quarterback my whole
Quarterback.
life.
Okay. So you're slinging the
hmm
ball. You're slinging the ball. Okay. And then you go
hmm
to Grapevine. Are they switching you to
We go to
defense from there?
Grapevine. Grapevine, this is the funny story. They had two quarterbacks. A kid that was in my grade named Cade Rhodes. Cade Rhodes is a stud. And then Alan Bowman. I don't know if you know anything about Alan Bowman, but Alan
Oklahoma
Bowman's
State.
played Oklahoma State.
He
He's
just
played
got
a
done. He just
lot of
got done.
football.
Yeah.
So that was the
Yes, I
dude that was
definitely
that
know
was
who
the dude
Alan
ahead
Bowman
of
is.
me. hmm
Okay.
That's
Okay.
the dude
Yeah.
that just
That's gonna be
finished after
challenging.
me, and I wasn't going to play quarterback there.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So you just, well, that's crazy, man. Playing with Alan Bowman. It's crazy that I never knew that really coming into today. But yeah, hey, he just played like what, like 8 or 9 years of college football or something.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I think he went to Tech. Did he go to Michigan
He was at
or
Tech for, I believe, 2.5 years, then went to Michigan. Then he went
right?
to Oklahoma State.
And then try to stay. I saw like a little report on him today that he was trying to stay. Like he tried to go to the NCAA to stay for one more year. But I guess he's got to get a job now. So good luck to him.
Man,
Hopefully we
yeah,
can get him on one day.
dude, that's an interesting story right there.
Yeah, it definitely would be. But all right, so Grapevine, you got two quarterbacks in front of you. What is
hmm
your mindset right there? Just walking into that, what are you thinking? Like, are you automatically thinking, I'm going to compete for this job, or let me just try to find another position to shine at?
Like I said, you don't go find your position. They tell you what position you play over there. It's
Right.
a like I said, it's you do what you're told. And like I said, at first it was an interesting aspect. I didn't know how to handle it, and so
Hmm.
going in, I was a little, I was hard headed, and I tried to fight the system. It didn't go my way. Then
Yeah.
about midway through the season, I just started just really believing in the people that I was around and see how well they were doing, and I just started believing, and I feel like I excelled really well at the receiver position while I was there. We had
Okay,
a
so you're
few
playing receiver.
injuries. hmm Playing
Okay,
receiver.
gotcha. All
So
right, so
we
is
had
that
a few
slot?
receivers.
Is that outside or is that
So
where
they
at
had me at the
exactly?
slot receiver. Yep, they had me at the slot
Okay,
receiver.
gotcha.
hmm
That makes sense, especially for a younger kid, probably gonna be smaller and everything. So,
Right.
yeah, that definitely makes sense.
hmm
So, what else are you playing? Is it just receiver? Are they trying you out on defense at all, or what does that look
Well,
like?
not really, not really yet. It was transitioning after the season. Was transitioning to safety for my junior year, and then,
Hmm.
like I said, Coach Jackson ended up getting a new job, and then it's off the bells.
Right. Okay. So yeah, let's get into that. You first get that. I guess your dad gets the call or gets the offer to come to Bells and
Hmm.
coach. You first hear that. Whenever you hear that, what's running through your head then? Like, oh, you're on the road again, you're moving again, or what are you thinking?
I just see it as a new opportunity, man. I thought, going there is going to be a little different, especially with the amount of kids that are there. But I thought it was
Mm-hmm.
going to give me a whole bunch of more opportunities to play other sports that I really loved. So I didn't mind it, especially since, Coach Ponder, I love him and, I care for
Already
him and
knew
his
him,
family.
had a
I already knew
relationship
him.
with him and
So I felt
everything.
like
Yeah.
it's a lot easier transition with him and Brian being there. Um, and, I would say y'all did a really good job of accepting me.
Well, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, was it? I guess I, I had another question for you, and you don't have to
Go
call
for it.
anybody out if you don't want to. But I was going to ask: was there anybody that you first met? I guess first impression wise that you didn't like whenever you got to Bills, and you can
Did
you can mention my name in there as well if you want to.
didn't like. I don't know. I couldn't say I didn't like them. Man, I mean, there were just a group of kids that that didn't really like me at first because they didn't know who I was, and that was okay.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't say anybody in particular. No, but
So
I
no
can't think of the
rivals or
exact
anything like
person.
that.
Cause
I
everybody
got you.
now, like everybody that maybe I felt like they didn't like me, we're now cool now, or we're reaching out, or we're still in communication. So, man, I don't know.
Right. I mean, I guess it is true that after 10 years, everybody's got to drop whatever it is, like whatever it
Right,
was that you didn't like about the person. I mean, get over it. If you're not over it
right.
by now, then you've probably got some other stuff going on. So,
Mm-hmm.
but all right. So junior year, I was there for that. Or no, your junior year, my senior year,
Yep.
right? Yeah, because you were a grade
Correct.
below. So that 2018 season, I don't know if you watched the Bo Baker and Hunter episode, but
I did. Yep.
I did apologize for my wrongdoing in that in that season, throwing us off a little bit. I think me and Gabe got kicked off like midway through the season, and then I think the playoff run didn't go that well or something like that. But
No, we lost. We lost first round to Windthorst.
Windthorst, yeah, yeah,
I think that was
yeah.
back to back years. We lost to Windthorst.
Yeah, same team. Yeah, that now
Same
it's coming
team,
back
same
to me.
location. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, all the depressed feelings are coming back to me now. It's great. I'll have to think about that today. But all right, yeah. So 2018 season, you just get to Bills. What did you think about the offense? What did you think about the defense? What were some of the highlights of that year?
Man, offensively, I loved it, man. We threw the ball a ton. We
It was
gave the
fun.
ball out. We gave the ball out in space, and we made the most of it. I feel like everybody, anybody that played receiver, I still say this today. That 2018 receiving core is probably the most stacked 2A receiving core in the state of Texas.
It was pretty
Man,
good.
we
It was pretty solid.
we
We
had
were
some
putting in some
dudes,
work.
man. We had some
Yeah,
dudes. But
I think
man, I
I
really
think
like the
really
offense.
everybody slot outside. I loved the passing attack that we had, and that was the one thing that we could focus on the most. One thing I wanted to bring up to you and see if I can get your opinion on. Do you remember the amount of onside kicks that we would do?
We onside it. We onside it every chance we could. That we
It was
wanted the
literally every
ball. We
time.
wanted to score.
I don't think it was one time that we didn't that we didn't do it. I
Can't
think
think
it
of one.
there was no regular kickoffs. I think it was
No, we
every
didn't
single
have it.
time we would
We
just
didn't
do it.
practice it either.
Right, yeah, it wasn't even in the practice schedule. That's funny as hell. That we were practicing onside kicks as a main kick. Do you remember
Mm-hmm.
the what was that team? What was the team that was it was like 100? We almost broke the scoreboard on that.
I think
Celeste. That's who it
I think it's
was.
Celeste. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Celeste. Do you remember that game vividly at all?
I was that was your junior year. I wasn't there yet.
Oh, was that junior? Oh, okay, okay. I thought that might have been
I was
senior
not
year.
there
I
yet.
was gonna.
I wasn't. Whenever I saw that, now that opened my eyes. Like, man, we can air this thing out a
You
little
can do
bit.
some work. You can do some work
Yeah.
here for sure, dude. That was a a rough showing for our defense, though, because if we did score 100 points, or basically 100 points, I think like
Yeah.
97 was what we ended up with, but they scored like 73. Like it was
Hmm.
still like a pretty close back to back type of game. So we definitely needed the DB help, which you eventually gave us the next year. So, but I guess I was going to ask you, other than junior year, senior year, because that was the year
Hmm.
that I wasn't there for. What was that year like? I think that was the last year that the Ponder was there, so that offense was
Yep.
still there. Take us
Hmm.
through some of the highlights of that senior year at Bills.
Man, that senior year, it was more of a camaraderie type vibe. Like it was like a one of those like this is one of our last times ever being at Bells
Right.
Ponders Luster. So it's more a a family oriented year.
Mm-hmm.
We struggled a decent amount because we didn't have the guys on the outside that we had my junior
That
year.
the year
Offensive
prior,
line,
yeah.
like, yeah, Chance left, that hurt us
Mm-hmm.
on one side, so we had to move TJ. There's some things that didn't go our way that year, but we made the most of it and we made the playoffs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we were a
Who
lot
did
better
y'all?
defensively.
Y'all were better defensively. Well, that's
I
kind
thought
of a
we were
step
better
up.
defensively.
Yeah, that's good.
Uh,
Well, who did y'all play exactly in the playoffs?
we played Harmony, and they had these two backs. One was going to Division One to play baseball. The other one was going to go play football somewhere. The huge backs, like dudes about 5'11", 6 foot, 215 pounds, just running right at us. It was
Right. Okay.
it was a little tough.
It was a tough day. Tough day. Yeah.
It
Well,
was
playoffs is tough.
tough.
It really sucks going throughout the entire season and then just losing one game in the playoffs and it's just done. The whole
Right.
year's done. That is the worst feeling ever, man. But I went through it 4 years in a row. So
Hmm.
all right. So after senior year, or I mean, what are some other highlights there? You had what was the best game that you guys had offensively?
Best game we had offensively. Probably the first game we played Honey Grove, and I think we scored like 50 that game.
Yeah, had to
Uh,
put it on them against Honey Grove.
we
That's a
we we
gimme
sp-
game.
we played really well versus them. Uh, I can't really think of any other games where we did really really well. Like I said, we struggled at the receiver position. We lost a couple guys. You know, we had a
Mm.
whole bunch of freshmen. Like we had Bo starting that year.
Right.
Bo was
Yeah. Well, he was talking.
starting.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. He was telling me about like I guess his transition into I guess going on to varsity his freshman year and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
well, but he was an athlete though. I got to give it to
No,
him.
he was
I
a
mean,
stud.
yeah. Whenever I was like a junior, senior, or whatever, like just watching him play against the junior high kids, like
Yeah.
like you can see it. You can see like
Stud.
if there's one like particular kid that's running circles around everybody else, then that kid's going to be good. He's definitely going to be
Hmm.
on varsity. There's no
Absolutely.
question about it. He was surprised about it, but I was like, nah, man, we
He
knew
was
for
a
sure, like
stud.
100%. Well, yeah, he seems to be doing pretty good now, so
Yeah,
that's great.
for sure.
Well, I was going to ask you, so the recruiting, what was that like coming out of Bells, coming out of, in
Man,
senior year? What was that like? Yeah.
man, starting off, it was great. I had two really, really good games. In the second game, I break my leg and I finished out the game, but
Oh
because I
shit,
break
really?
it, yeah, I got to sit out 3 weeks. So it
Oh.
was good. It was good up until that point. I had some small D1s, D2 schools. Like I really wanted to go to either SNU or Midwestern State. Those are my dream schools I want to go to. I had Ivy League schools that looked at me. It was
SNU South Nazarene? Is that
Southern
correct?
Nazarene. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
Southern Nazarene. Okay, gotcha. SNU, and then you said Midwestern. Was that the other one?
Midwestern State. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and
Hmm.
that's where your dad, Ponder, and even
Yep.
Derek went there,
Exactly.
right?
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, I've never been there before, but I did watch them play against Texas A&M Commerce one time which apparently they made a pretty big comeback, but I left half at halftime. It looked like
They
they were going to
played
blow it
at
out.
the
Ranger
old
Stadium.
ballpark. Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I was there. I was at that.
Hmm.
I was at that game. I left halftime because I was like, it looks like it's going to be a rough
It's
one. You know, I
over.
don't know if
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I don't know if this offense is going to pick it up or anything, but you just stand corrected. They came back and won, so I missed out on it.
Legit.
But what were some of the schools that were reaching out to you, and what were those conversations like exactly? Take us through that. Somebody that hasn't, I never got reached out to by anybody. So,
Hmm.
what is that like? Them reaching out to you? How does that feel whenever you get that message?
Well, some of the schools was like Southern Nazarene, Midwestern State, uh, East Texas Baptist University,
Mm-hmm.
some schools like that. The smaller schools like ETBU. I'm trying to think who else reached out to me. Uh, I can't think of the other ones right now, but the smaller schools, they would like promote you high, and they did a really good job at it. They see who you are as an athlete. They offer you early, and that kind of helps you out as far as recruiting. If a college is offering you now, possibly D2, D1 can offer you later. SNU, they did a good job. Camp invites, game invites, things like that. They did, keep you there. Good communication. Man, it was just a surreal feeling, like you're getting talked to from all these different places. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that really, really appreciated you, for the work you put in your whole life. And it's a hard decision to make whenever you have an opportunity to go play at the next level, because you just don't know what's the
You don't know
best
what's
case
next,
scenario for
right?
you. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Understood. Yeah, man. Well, so what's you said that they do a good job of like promoting you and stuff like that. Are they what are some of the things that they're telling you? Are they like we'd love to have you starting right away, or what exactly
Well,
are they saying?
some things they always tell you, I remember one school where they told me, they're like, man, if you don't go big time D1, we'd love to have you, making you feel like you're a legit athlete. Boost your head a little bit, makes you feel like, man, I really have a true opportunity at this.
Hmm.
Smaller schools telling you, we need this position. You can come in here and compete for a starting spot.
Like right away,
Whenever you
right?
get down, yeah. So that's very, very eye opening, and it makes you, if you have that dog in you, it makes you really want to go after it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that makes sense. That's awesome, man. Well, so what are you taking like visits on these trips, or like I guess are they're reaching out to you? They're offering you
Hmm.
game tickets, stuff like that. What
Hmm.
schools did you go to? All of them? Check out the games,
I
or
went to I went to a school in Nebraska. Me and Brian went to school in Nebraska after season. It was the coolest thing ever, because it was like cold. They had really nice facilities. The head coach was in there with his little bulldog. Like he was just like,
nice.
they were all just very genuine people that just wanted, coaches' kids. Really, they promoted coaches' kids, and they wanted people like us to go over there and, make an impact, not just on the field, but also, in the community with the other players there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you and Brian go to this school, and you said that was in Nebraska, right?
Hmm.
So everything's looking good there. What was the deal breaker? I guess.
Man, it was just the distance,
Yeah,
and there's not a whole bunch to do in Nebraska, especially there
that
in
is
that little
yeah.
town. So
That
I
is
was
true.
like,
Where
man,
exactly? Where was it exactly in
it
Nebraska?
was
I'm
it's
not
Concordia, Nebraska, and Seward, Texas.
in.
I mean, Seward,
Oh,
Nebraska. I don't know why I said Seward, Texas. Seward, Nebraska.
it's a yeah. I
It's
got
about
you. Follow
it's
you
about
to
an hour
it.
from Lincoln. That's where the Nebraska
The
plays.
university, yeah,
Hmm.
the big one,
So,
Big Red. Well, that's hmm. Would have been fun. I totally
it,
understand that though. I think whenever I was young like that, like 18, I wanted to get out like as far away as I
hmm
could. I ended up just going to Blinn, which I don't even know why I did that. Do you know where that's at?
yeah, that's
Blinn?
right by College Station.
Yeah, College Station. Yeah, yeah, and Bryan. So I lived
Hmm.
in College Station, and then Yeah, and then just I eventually ended up moving back, obviously. But yeah, whenever I was that young, I definitely wanted to leave as far as possible. But at the same time, I knew that I didn't want to go too far, just
Hmm.
in case. So I
Right.
totally understand wanting to stay close to home and everything. So you ended up going to East Texas Baptist
Yep.
University, is that
That's
correct?
where I started. Yep.
That's where you started that? Okay. So
Hmm.
what did they say that made you be like, all right, I'll come take a chance on you guys?
Well, shoot, it was the offensive coordinator there at the time. He's now the head football coach at Houston. I think it's Houston Christian University's D1 down here. Dude's a stud, and they ran a very similar system to what me and my dad called the fast and wide today, air raid offense. So they threw the ball a lot.
Okay.
They gave their skill players, an opportunity to make plays and be playmakers.
Ball in space.
So
Right. Okay.
like it's very similar to what Tennessee runs today, Oklahoma a couple years ago. Just air the ball out, get the ball in space to your guys in one-on-one matchups. So like it's really exciting. He did a really good job at that. So when I get there, I'm playing receiver at first, and we got tons of receivers, and it's a lot going on or whatever. And one day, the defense coordinator comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, let's take a visit and talk to the offensive coordinator." I was like, "Okay, what's up?" And he's like, "Hey, we want to take him, and make him a safety." And I was just like, "Oh, this is real. Like this is very similar to Grapevine days. You don't get a choice of where you go. He just came and told me like you're playing safety." And
Yeah.
so, um, I started playing safety. A couple guys get hurt, and I'm in the rotation. Like I'm second string. My first year, I'm there, true freshman. Getting good reps. Uh, you know, just every other day, competing for the starting spot. We move a couple guys around, whatever. Me and my best buddy at the time, his name's KJ. KJ ended up being the starter. I was his backup, and he helped me out just so much because he was an older guy, but he
Mm.
also had a very open minded, very you know brotherhood leadership role that he had with me that helped me out a ton to help me get on the field. Um, so that happened, and I'm playing a good amount, all special teams, whatever, as freshman. And so I
Mm.
think this is like the second to last week, maybe somewhere in November. And I go down to kickoff and make a tackle. I get wrapped up, and my leg is face one way, and my foot's going the other. And I
Oh
walked off the
man.
field and never played another down for East Texas Baptist at the university ever again.
Oh damn. So this is the second to last game you said,
Second to last game of the season.
and then all right. So tell me exactly like so you're are you laying on your back or how are you like positioned exactly? I'm trying to figure out exactly where your leg is while
So
you're
I'm
laying on the
I'm
ground, so I can get a good picture of this.
so what happened? So I don't even look at it, but I sit up. I'm like, you feeling like I got a little sprain. Like I just got to get up. Like it's gonna wear off, and that's how it felt at
Yeah, just
first.
walk it off.
So I stood up and I took a step, and I was like, this is might be a little bit more than a sprain. And I felt the pop, but like I just like it's
Mm.
just one of those deals. Let's take some ibuprofen, whatever. So I stand up and I walk off the field, and I get right past the sideline, and I take one more step, and I couldn't step anymore. I just sit down, and then I'm just sitting there, and they're like
Just went straight to the
immediately if
ground.
somebody,
Yeah.
yeah, they did a really good job. The training squad over there at ETBU is legit. They see anybody on the ground, anybody sitting down, they immediately came over there to me, and they helped me up, put me on the table, and that thing was the size of a grapefruit in, I don't know, a minute.
Mm.
And I was like, man, like
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was like it was the first game somebody outside my immediate family came to. My cousins, my uncle, my aunt, like they all came down and watched that game, and I got hurt, and so it sucked a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, it was brutal.
Yeah, that does sound like it would suck. It's the one game that my all of my family can go to, and I got
Hmm.
my leg twisted up. Man, that would suck. Yeah.
Yep.
So after that school, that's your last snap there. Where do you go from there exactly?
So then COVID happened, and so I just go,
Oh, so just another
yeah.
hell.
So I go to just a community college right outside because everybody's freaking out, like we don't know what's gonna happen. So I
Yeah.
go to community college online for a semester. Then I had the opportunity to do like a student coaching deal at Midwestern State, and they brought me in. Um, they gave me opportunity to be with those guys and help coach and do some things. During COVID it was tough, so that kind of, after the season that we really didn't have, it kind of fell through. Kind of had another itch to play, so I have a good relationship with those guys over there, and so I asked to play, and they're like, man, you got to get cleared, like you're not cleared to play, whatever. So I go to a doctor, and doctor's like, you got to have another surgery to play, like you're not playing without. So, I'm
Gotcha.
pushing off, pushing off, pushing off. Don't have a surgery. Then, one day I was like, you know what, let's go have the surgery, see what happens. By that time, they filled up spots, everything didn't work out as it was. So I go to Wayland Baptist with Brian one more time. Me and Brian have one one last go around.
One more run. Yeah, I gotcha.
And uh I go out there, more injuries came up, and I played a
Mm.
little bit here and there, but I wasn't the same. So, I decided to hang it up. My West Texas days were fun though. Lubbock was down the street, so the West Texas boys took care of me. But
Yeah,
hung it up, went back to Midwestern.
I was just gonna say I've definitely heard a lot about Lubbock in the last few episodes and
Lubbock is a
everything. I don't know
great
if you listen
place,
to
man.
anything Brandon's been on. Yeah, it
Yes,
seems
yeah,
pretty damn wild, man. Should
it's a
you should watch that Vontae Dorsey episode. He was a Texas Tech safety, and his some of his stories were there of that place was pretty crazy. Honestly, I've never been
legendary,
there personally though. I'll
legendary
have to check
place. You
that out. I'll
need
have to
you
check
need
it
to
out
you need to go
sometime.
check it out yourself.
Definitely, definitely. So, all right. Well, you say you went to Wayland Baptist, right? Is that what it's called?
Hmm. Yep.
Wayland Baptist. Okay. So what? Take us through that. What I mean, you said that you got injuries and stuff like that. What was it like reuniting with Brian and getting to play with him again? Is that
Man,
what
it was,
took you to that school, or?
yeah, that's what took me to that school, and they had a few guys that have left, and so I had an opportunity to go in there and compete for a starting job. So I thought that was a good place, go over there with my best buddy and do this one last time. Hopefully, I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking I was going to be able to graduate there, but things didn't work out that way. So, I get out there,
Gotcha.
and things are not, ETBU, even though it's not a big school or whatever, they had really nice facilities. Wayland Baptist,
Mm-hmm.
it was like we're practicing out we just have a grass field, we don't have our own stadium. Weight room is probably the same size as the weight room in Bell's. um
What? Damn. All right. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little different, man. It's a little different. And
Rough.
so it's like it's really like a hard nose, go in there, be blue collar type situation. So, I did everything I could, gave myself opportunity. Um, then one day at practice, I'm competing for the starting spot,
Mm-hmm.
and me and this dude, we doing one on ones. I'm going for a ball, trying to break it up, and I'm running full speed to the sidelines, and they're doing inside run at this point. We have this running back by the name of Willie Phillips. Willie Phillips is one of the Wichita Falls legends. Love Willie Phillips. He big old back, about
Uh,
6'1", 230 pounds, just a big old dude. Me and
Power
him just
back.
go run.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, me and him. I'm running past the sideline. They're doing inside run. I run right into him head first. Boom, just crumble. I have a concussion. I'm out for 2 weeks. 2 weeks I'm out,
Damn.
and I'm throwing up for a week. I can't see straight. I can't go to class. It's a lot of things that are going on that really, I feel like that at that point hurt me in my stint at Wayland Baptist.
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, is that like what led you to being, I guess, being done with playing your playing days at Wayland?
Yeah,
Was that
you know, that and then none of my hours transferred over. You know, I was considered a at that time, I think I was considered a freshman, and I had over 85 hours, 90 hours. So I should have been like a junior or senior based off of the credit
right?
hours I actually had. So it was a, you know, it was God's plan. I was supposed to go out there, you know, but you know everything happened for a reason.
Yeah, yeah, that definitely everything definitely does happen for a reason. I think that will take us to our next spot, coaching. So
Right.
after the playing days and everything, where's
Mhm.
your first opportunity to actually to be one of the coaches?
Well, I started coaching right after my time at ETBU that summer after we finished up. This is the COVID summer.
You
Um,
said that
I
was
got
at
the
Midwestern, right?
this is no, this is right after we finished ETB. This is still 2020. That summer right there, I got this new performance course. It's a strength and conditioning program, pretty big in the Dallas Fort Worth area. They do teams like Highland Park, that's one of the schools I
Okay,
got to do. Highland Park,
big schools, yeah, for
Grapevine,
sure.
big schools, you know. So it's a good place to get your name thrown out there and whatever. So I did performance course starting off for my dad's school at North Forney, and then you know after a couple years doing that, they made me the head guy over there at North Forney running that, and then I was one of the head guys at Highland Park. That helped me get going and have an understanding for different groups of kids because there, um, I got to coach from sixth grade all the way up to 12th graders. And you know, you got to teach and you got to coach those small kids differently. You teach the older kids, you know, the intensity, the way you talk to them, the way you carry yourself has to be different from each group. So, especially from North Forney to Highland Park, you know, those kids are completely different as well as far as you know ethnicity, you know, demographics, and the way they need to be coached.
Yeah, definitely. I've I don't know if you know this. I coach like flag football in like youth leagues and stuff like that. Right now,
Hmm.
whenever I first started, it was like 6 and 7 year olds or something like that. Now I coach like 13, 14, just doing like
Hmm.
flag football every Saturday and stuff like that. Pretty fun. It is a really fun thing to do. I wish I could do it full time, but got to pay the bills and everything,
Yeah,
unfortunately. So.
absolutely.
But all right, so that was your first opportunity. What school? I guess what was the first place that you landed where you actually? I guess are you currently a coordinator, defense coordinator, or DB
I'm a
coach, or
defense coordinator
what?
now at Luling. That just dropped today. News just dropped today that I became the
Right.
defense coordinator in Luling, about 25 minutes east of San Marcos. Good location. The guy that I'm working for is one of my dad's buddies. He worked with him at North Forney. So it's like it's a great place with a great guy that's leading the charge.
Oh yeah, man! Congratulations! I did just
I
see that, so
appreciate that.
I wanted to bring it up and give you a shout out and everything. That's awesome. That
Yes,
literally
sir.
just happened 24 hours ago or something, right?
Man,
That's
that
whenever
just
I saw the
happened.
post. Awesome. That is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Super soon. Super soon.
R- Yeah. So is Brazosport? That's where you are currently right now,
That's
though,
where I'm
right?
at currently. I'm finishing out my contract here. Yes.
Finishing out the contract there. So where's your first contract? Is that at Brazosport or Port, or
Yes.
is it was there? Okay, so that was your first one. So take us through that. The first opportunity. Whenever you walk into the school, what is that experience like? Trying to make it, a statement. Trying to make a name for yourself there. Take us through
Hmm.
that.
Man, it's a lot different than a lot of places I've been to. You know, I had an opportunity to go play for a lot of really great coaches that they've coached a long time. You know, Rudy Poe, legendary coach in the DFW area.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Stevens at Rowlett, he retired a couple years ago. Randy Jackson, another legend, Scott Ponder, you know, and of course my dad. My
Yeah,
dad's a pretty solid name now. So I got the
definitely is.
you know he set a lot of standards, a lot of places he went, and so did the other coaches. So this is the head coach there right now is Coach Sincere. This is his second year. This is his first time being a head coach. So my goal was to come in here and help him as much as I can. Try to implement some of the things that can help him in his coaching style that worked for us in the past. And I felt like we were able to. We had a lot of good things that happened, but that it didn't necessarily translate to the field. We didn't win a single game this year, if you believe it or not. Didn't win one.
Didn't win one of them.
Not
Man.
one. It
So
was
what's the
rough, man. It
biggest?
was rough.
So what's the biggest like? Cause I definitely understand that. I've been on those losing seasons, as I guess like not on a level that you guys are on, but just as like a youth football coach or whatever.
Hmm.
Those are hard to try to figure out a solution to what the problem is. So take
Hmm.
us through some of the issues that you ran into throughout the season. I mean, was there anything like offense not clicking, defensive, or like what was some of the issues that
Man,
you were
it,
running
it
into?
was it was a little bit of both. Certain
Yeah,
games we were only scoring, 10, 14 points. Some
yeah.
games we're scoring a whole bunch, but we can't stop anybody. The first couple games we scored 21 points or 24 points in 2, 3 games. And you know, then one game we explode. We score for 38 something points, but we can't get a stop. They score 50 on us. It was
See,
a lot of
yeah,
that.
yeah. With those type of scoring, you need a good defense to keep the
Yeah.
score down and everything. So
Hmm.
is that was that a problem that you guys are running into? Is that defense?
Then our first district game, we play at school, and man, we're neck and neck with them. We're going back and forth. I think the score at one point in time it was like 20-18. We're down by two, and we're driving, and we fumble at the 1 yard
All right.
line,
Oh
and
man, that's
then we listen. The story gets better. I promise, the story gets better. So
fumbling at
then
the
we
one
get the
yard
ball.
line gets better than that.
It gets better.
That's
Ready?
all
Are
right.
you
All right.
ready? All right. So
All right.
then
Let's hear it.
we get the ball back, and
What
we're
time
moving the
left?
ball.
How much time is
Oh,
left to get the ball
this is the
back?
start. This is the start of the fourth quarter.
Okay, start of the fourth quarter. So we got some time, right? Okay, I
So
got
we
you. I
got
got
plenty of time. So we're moving. We're driving the field, and our running back is wide open, 1-on-1 with the guy. All he had to do is either just run him over or just fall forward. He does like a sidestep and gets tackled from behind and fumbles.
you.
So this
Oh
is
man.
it's a little rough. All right. So
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah.
Story gets better. So we get another stop and we get the ball.
Another stop.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's real. This is real. We get another stop and we go out there and I believe our quarterback, steps into the pocket, but he doesn't have full control of the ball. He fumbles again. Um. So then at this
All right.
point, so I think they
Three
went and
chances
kicked the.
for three fumbles.
Yeah, so I think at this point I think it's still close. I think they might have kicked the field goal, so they're up five or something. And quarterback drop. I think we have like 2.5, 3 minutes left in the game. Quarterback drops back to pass, throws an interception. So we turned the ball over 4 times in the fourth quarter, and that game was hard. That was a hard game. That's probably the toughest game I had. As a
Four.
player, as a coach, whatever. That totality of coaching that it hurt a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I bet, man. I mean, four different chances. The amount of times that your hopes are building, building, and building, and then just everything going to hell. That sucks. Yeah, that does sound like a tough night for sure.
It was tough.
Yeah. Well, all right. So, a couple other things I wanted to go over. Just two more things if you have time.
No, I got plenty of
I
time. I ain't got
saw.
nothing to do.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I saw online Luster lands invite to coaching mentorship program.
Yes,
Does it sound
yes,
familiar?
yes. That's
Congratulations on that, by the way.
man. That's probably. I know being defensive coordinator is a cool deal. Having my first opportunity to be a coordinator and all that, that's amazing. God's blessing its own. But that right there, the rock mentorship, if you ever get into coaching, or if you ever know somebody that wants to be a part of coaching, that they need to
Yeah,
try to and
if anybody's
be a part
listening,
of that.
that's trying to become a coach, Rock mentorship program's the way to go, right?
Rock mentorship. You need to do your best work for. So how you get into it is you got to do your best work with your community, with your group, your school district, and they elect you. Then it goes up to the higher ups of Texas High School Coach Association, and they elect you to be in that nomination group. And I think it's only 50 coaches a year, from ages or from start year 1 to 5 that can get in. So young coaches, it's a huge beneficial thing for young coaches to get into it. You meet so many great people that have done this a long time. I met a man that won 10 state championships. Like there's a whole bunch of those guys just in there, and not even just football coaches, basketball, golf. Everybody in there is a stud, and they're willing to help. So I think that was the coolest thing that I got to do so far as a coach.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds good. It sounds like it's a good community and a really great
Mhm.
networking opportunity
Absolutely.
for coaches. For sure. Yes, sir. So, all right. So, with this new team, um, and remind me of the location that you're going to
It's called Luling. It's about 20 minutes east of San Marcos area.
in San Marcos. Okay, gotcha. That sounds like a pretty fun location for you to be in.
I think so
Are you
too. I
excited
think
about that?
it'd be a great location. Hill country is always a great spot. Don't matter if you're in Austin, San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos. It's a great place, man. I'm very blessed to be out there.
Awesome. That is great, man. Congratulations on that, by the way.
I appreciate
Again,
that, man.
I got to tell you. So have you been able to look into the team? What is the team looking like? What are you most excited about going to that school?
Man, we got a lot of kids returning, sophomores and juniors. It's kind of like the Bells group we had going into your senior year. We had a lot of guys returning, and so
Hmm.
this is the head coach's second year. His first year there, they didn't have a really good go around. They played a team that went to state. They played Shiner, and Shiner's pretty tough, man. But we got
Yeah, Shiner's gonna be
we got this.
it's gonna be a hard one for
Yeah,
sure.
so we got them again. The schedule's pretty tough, but I believe the amount of work they put in this offseason, the kids that they had, I watched on film, they're running 2 tenths faster, they're squatting over 300 pounds. I got a good group of young DBs that I'm going to be working with, just for my position group. Um, Man, I'm just excited to see how we can put all the work they put through in off season, and then my implementation of making the game as easy and simple as possible for them to remember and just run full speed. Man, I think we have a really good shot of making the playoffs this year. Um, Man, I don't know what else to believe. That group that I watched, they got this defensive end kid. He's probably about 6'3", 6'4". High motor. He played basketball, good athlete. We got another DB kid. He's probably the best athlete on the team, if not one of them. He can just fly around, good ball skills. So I'm really excited about everybody that's returning, and the amount of athletes that we've have, especially last year. They had a lot of guys that got hurt. The sophomore kids, that got hurt, a couple freshman kids that could have helped. Having all those guys back healthy, getting them in the groove of things, a year older, a year more mature, man, I think we're gonna have a special year.
Sounds very exciting. Sounds like you guys really got a squad to really be able to do something. So I'm gonna have to check back in
Man,
with you at the end of the year and see
man,
how
you
you guys are
you
doing.
can,
Maybe I'll go to a
man,
game.
but come down. We get you tickets, you and whoever. We can do another episode then too. We can do a whole bunch of things,
Yeah.
man. Luling, Texas, they got. I think it's called Market City or something Market Barbecue. It's probably one of the best barbecue places you're gonna eat. It's
All
legit.
righty, yeah. All right,
So
sounds
man,
good.
yes,
Yeah,
come on
maybe.
down, man. That be good.
Yeah, you know what? Me and my fiance are planning on going to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, to go see Ochita or wherever Bo is
Yeah.
playing. I don't know how
Yep.
to say that, but
Mm-hmm.
wherever they're playing at, I'm gonna go there and do an episode of Stink Bait, and then if I can come to you guys, maybe for the Shiner game or something like that,
I think
I'd love to
China
come.
is week 2 or 3. That's gonna be a tough game. That's gonna be a tough
Right.
game, but I think it's
It's
gonna
go.
be a good one this year.
I mean, if you guys get it, then I mean, it's gonna put you on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
that's what I'm saying. It's a I think the amount of work they put in this season is going to give us definitely a real chance of competing with those guys. You know, they got
100%.
two twins. China got two twins that are unreal over there. But man, shoot, we're gonna give them our best shot. You know, I'm gonna call my best game plan that that week.
Yeah.
Anything I could possibly do to stop them guys, man. You know, but that they're a really special group.
But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if you guys would get them, then who's going to stop y'all in the playoffs? You know,
We
so
can start rolling. Absolutely.
yeah, 100. That's going to give y'all's kids like especially those it seems like all of them are pretty young. It's going to give them some
Yeah,
confidence.
tons of kicks.
It's gonna roll into the next year and everything too. So man, give it everything you got. I'm super proud of you. Thank you so much for coming on and everything. I really do appreciate it.
Man, anytime, man. If you want to do this again sometime soon, man, you got more questions for me. I'm here. You know, just gotta maneuver around the schedule.
Yeah,
But
no,
I'm a lot more free now because uh, the season's ending. You know, I got a couple more things I need to do. But other than that, man, I'm just gonna be golfing now. That's my hobby.
yeah, I got you. All right. Well, I mean, if you're down for it, I'm gonna be having a couple more, more of the guys come on. And like I said, I want to make Stink Bait into a ESPN type of feel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like having the thing that I don't like about ESPN is that most of the people that work there never played any type of sports or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I want to have a lot of like former athletes that are like, I guess, reoccurring guests on here. So anytime that you're free and want to do it and want to talk some ball, please come on. We're doing it all the time anyways. So we'd love to have an actual figurehead that has played college ball to put us in our place a little bit. So
Man, I don't know too much, but I can try to help you out as much as I can. You know, give you a few pointers.
well, you know us,
Just
man. You know us back in Bells. We just like to talk shit to each other back and forth. So
that's I mean
that's
I think that's how we just all grew up. That's just generation that me and my brothers we hop on. I don't know, college football 25, and that's all we do, man. We have us
yeah,
a good time. It's just the nature of us and who we are as that group of kids. You know.
yeah. By the way, I wanted to ask you because I play CFB 25
Yep.
constantly. My
Hmm.
fiance cannot get me off of that game. But what is your
Congratulations
favorite?
on the fiance though. That's huge, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. It was a pretty big decision for me, but I'm in love, so I had to do it. Yeah, I had to get it
That's that's awesome, man.
done.
I'm trying to be like you one day.
Man, I mean, you definitely can. You got the new job and everything. Gotta
Man,
have
that,
girls
that that's
flying
gonna
in your
keep that's gonna
DMs
keep me
right now.
away from the house. So not
That's
many
true.
not
That's
when
true.
not a lot of young ladies are interested in somebody that's never home.
Well, you gotta give them that decision. They gotta either choose that bleacher life or choose another life. So
Absolutely.
only got two decisions there.
Yep.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on. Anytime that you want to come on again, I'll hit you up and let you know, and we'll figure it out from there. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. Sounds good, man. You have a good one.
You too, dog.